Now to the story of a sea monster with 130 razor-sharp teeth.
Unveiling a Jurassic sea monster. This is the 2-metre-long skull of a pliosaur.
I think worldwide, there's hardly any specimens ever found to that level of detail.
Dinosaurs are the most popular ancient inhibitors of our Earth as we know it. They are known to be big, bad, and scary. But what if I told you that there were bigger and badder animals that roamed the Earth both on land and sea? Imagine a world where creatures dwarfing dinosaurs roamed the Earth, making life even more terrifying. From colossal serpents to eerie deep-sea predators and bizarre nightmare-inducing critters, these animals surpassed dinosaurs in size, ferocity, and sheer terror. What were these creatures like? And could some of them still be in existence? Join us as we explore 17 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs. Number 1. The Smilodon. The Smilodon is an iconic saber-toothed predator that once roamed the Americas during the Pleistocene epoch, leaving an indelible mark on its landscapes. Often mislabeled as the saber-toothed tiger, Smilodon was a feline powerhouse, a member of an extinct subfamily that defied the conventions of modern cats. Named in 1842, the essence of Smilodon's identity is encapsulated in its generic name, meaning scalpel or two-edged knife, referring to its formidable teeth. This genus boasted 3 recognized species, characterized by a robust build and exceptionally long upper canine teeth, making it a true giant among felids. In North America, Smilodon ruled as an apex predator, efficiently hunting large herbivores like bison and camels. The La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, California, house the largest collection of Smilodon fossils, providing insights into the life and demise of these predators. As Smilodon journeyed into South America, a shift in diet became evident, with adaptations to new prey species including toxodons, litopterns, and the formidable Smilodon populator, thriving in diverse habitats. The decline of Smilodon coincided with the disappearance of North and South American megafauna during the Pleistocene epoch. Its reliance on larger animals has been proposed as a contributing factor to its extinction, alongside habitat turnover, climatic shifts, and anthropogenic impacts. Despite extensive study, the exact cause of Smilodon's extinction remains shrouded in mystery. Number 2. The Helicoprion, a fascinating genus of shark-like fish, has left its mark in the annals of paleontological discovery, primarily through its unique tooth whorls. These toothy mysteries, arranged in logarithmic spirals within the lower jaw, represent the main fossils attributed to Helicoprion. Fossil evidence spans approximately 20 million years during the Permian period. Despite its distant evolutionary connection to modern chimeras, Helicoprion's existence adds a layer of intrigue. Its captivating feature lies in the arrangement of its teeth, believed to be an adaptation for feeding on soft-bodied prey. This specialized configuration may have served as a deshelling mechanism for hard-bodied cephalopods like nautiloids and ammonoids. However, drawing precise conclusions about its full body appearance has remained challenging due to the limited preservation of its skeletal remains. The presence of a large dorsal fin, lacking a fin spine, and a tall, forked caudal fin align with the body plan of an active open-water predatory fish. The absence of pelvic and anal fins, coupled with broad keels along the body, underscores this adaptation for predatory pursuits. Estimates based on tooth whorls suggest that individuals with whorls reaching 35 to 40 centimeters in diameter could have been 16 to 26 feet in length. The largest known tooth whorl, with a diameter of 56 centimeters, indicates an individual over 7.6 meters in length, rivaling the size of modern basking sharks. The serrated triangular teeth of Helicoprion increase in size away from the center of the spiral. The unique arrangement and lack of wear on the teeth suggest a diet primarily focused on soft-bodied prey. Helicoprion's story unfolds as a glimpse into ancient seas where a peculiar adaptation allowed it to thrive for millions of years. Its legacy, preserved in spiral tooth whorls, continues to captivate scientists and enthusiasts, contributing to our understanding of the intricate relationships between ancient marine predators and their ever-changing ecosystems. Number 3. The Meganeura. In the late Carboniferous era, around 300 million years ago, Meganeura emerged as a monstrous genus of insects that shattered norms of size and dominated the skies. This apex predator, part of the Meganeura family, surpassed all previous conceptions of dragonflies and damselflies with its massive wingspan exceeding 2 feet. Meganeura's enlarged eyes, relative to its body size, scanned the landscape while its leg spines served as deadly traps for unsuspecting prey. The sheer mass of Meganeura, estimated at up to 150 grams for the largest specimens, was a testament to its formidable presence. However, this aerial predator faced a critical vulnerability: overheating. The mystery behind Carboniferous insects achieving such colossal proportions unraveled with a closer examination of oxygen levels and atmospheric density. Initially dismissed, Harley's audacious theory suggested that Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere enabled Meganeura's colossal flight, an idea gaining traction due to its correlation with oxygen availability. Despite declining oxygen levels during the Permian period, Meganeura and its contemporaries continued to evolve, challenging the oxygen-driven gigantism hypothesis. The absence of aerial vertebrate predators during the Carboniferous and Permian periods likely contributed to Meganeura's unchecked evolution, leading to an evolutionary arms race between plant-feeding animals and their predators. Number 4. The Andrewsarchus. Andrewsarchus is a fascinating and terrifying ancient creature, known primarily from a partial skull discovered in Mongolia in 1923. The skull, measuring nearly 3 feet long, revealed massive teeth that led expedition leader Roy Chapman Andrews to classify it as a carnivore. Thus, he named it Andrewsarchus mongoliensis after himself. This skull remains the only known specimen of Andrewsarchus, which roamed East Asia during the Eocene era, approximately 36 million years ago. Despite the lack of a complete skeleton, paleontologists have reconstructed its body based on comparisons with related animals like Mesonyx. The resulting image is a nightmare-inducing vision: a heavily built, wolf-like creature, about 16 feet long and 6 feet high, with a long body, tail, and hoofed feet. Its terrifying snout was equipped with large, bone-crushing teeth, suggesting it could have weighed anywhere from 1,764 to over 2,200 pounds. This immense size makes Andrewsarchus the largest known meat-eating land mammal to have ever lived. Despite its fearsome appearance and predatory features, Andrewsarchus is believed to be more closely related to hippos and whales than to modern carnivores. This surprising relationship places Andrewsarchus within the order Artiodactyla, alongside these aquatic and semi-aquatic mammals. Due to the limited fossil evidence, debates persist among scientists about Andrewsarchus's lifestyle. While some argue it was an active predator, others suggest it may have been an oversized scavenger. Regardless, its colossal size and formidable dental structure make it a creature that undoubtedly inspired fear in its Eocene environment. Number 5. The Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus, while often associated with the Jurassic World movies, is not a dinosaur, but a large marine reptile closely related to snakes and monitor lizards. These formidable creatures dominated the seas around the globe approximately 66 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. Although complete specimens are rare, paleontologists estimate that Mosasaurus could reach lengths of 50 feet and weigh around 5.5 tons, larger than the average city bus and heavier than 2 adult rhinoceroses. One notable feature of Mosasaurus, also depicted in Jurassic World, is its massive mouth filled with rows of teeth, including additional pterygoid or fanged teeth inside the mouth. Similar to modern snakes, these teeth were anchored to bones in the roof of the mouth and embedded in fleshy tissue, aiding in gripping and swallowing prey underwater. Soft tissues like tongues rarely fossilize, but based on their relationship to snakes and monitor lizards, it's plausible that Mosasaurus had large, forked tongues. Mosasaurs were incredibly successful predators, as evidenced by stomach contents revealing a diverse diet including ammonites, bony fish, sea turtles, other marine reptiles like plesiosaurs, and even seabirds. Fossils of Mosasaurus have been discovered on every continent, including Antarctica. They rose to prominence as dominant marine predators during the Cretaceous period until the mass extinction event known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, which ended the reign of the dinosaurs and also wiped out mosasaurs from the Earth's oceans. Number 6. The Jackalopterus. In the early Devonian era of North America, the formidable Jackalopterus reigned supreme as a colossal aquatic predator, far surpassing the mundane reputation of a mere sea scorpion. Envision this ancient behemoth prowling the freshwater depths, its formidable calicary poised to strike, its compound eyes honed with power and precision, and its predatory prowess asserting unrivaled dominance. What truly sets Jackalopterus apart from its relatives is a deadly combination of features that made it the undisputed heavyweight of its ecosystem. Armed with enlarged pincers, a triangular telson, or tail spine, and forelimbs designed for swift capture, Jackalopterus commanded attention. Imagine the dimensions of this ancient giant. Its front pincers reached an astonishing 14 inches in length, suggesting a total body span that could exceed 8.5 feet. Despite its colossal size, Jackalopterus boasted a surprisingly light build, setting it apart from other massive arthropods of the time. However, in the primordial waters of the Devonian, Jackalopterus was not without competition. Stout-bodied contemporaries, such as other eurypterids like Pterygotus and Acutaramus, might have rivaled or even surpassed Jackalopterus in sheer bulk and weight. These formidable creatures cast shadows that challenged the dominance of Jackalopterus and its giant arthropod counterparts. Number 7. The Kraken. For centuries, fishermen have shared tales of the terrifying Kraken, a colossal sea monster capable of capsizing ships and devouring entire crews. While these stories have inspired Hollywood movies, the existence of such creatures has long been questioned. However, in 1857, Danish naturalist Japetus Steenstrup examined a large squid beak measuring about 3 inches across, concluding that the Kraken was real and likely a species of giant squid he named Architeuthis dux, or ruling squid. Since then, approximately 21 species of giant squid have been described based on various body parts washed up on shore. These elusive creatures inhabit the depths of the ocean, with their true size remaining uncertain due to the rarity of finding whole specimens. The largest living species, the colossal squid, is known only from beaks found in sperm whale stomachs, with estimates suggesting they may weigh up to 1,500 pounds and reach lengths of 33 feet. While modern-day giant squids may not reach Kraken-sized proportions, Professor Mark McMenamin of Mount Holyoke College suggests that colossal squids may have roamed prehistoric waters. McMenamin theorizes that in the early Triassic period, squids as large as 100 feet preyed on ichthyosaurs, marine reptiles resembling modern-day dolphins, but the size of school buses. McMenamin's hypothesis is based on the discovery of 9 fossilized ichthyosaur vertebrae in Nevada, arranged in patterns resembling the sucker discs on cephalic tentacles. He suggests that, like modern cephalopods, ancient squids may have exhibited intelligence, collecting bones and shells in their dens. However, some paleontologists remain skeptical, citing the lack of evidence for cephalopods stockpiling prey. In 2013, McMenamin discovered another fossil fragment at the Nevada site, which he believes to be the tip of a beak belonging to a Triassic kraken. Unfortunately, the fragmentary nature of the fossil prevents confirmation of the cephalopod's size. While evidence of truly monstrous squids today is scarce, McMenamin's theories hint at the possibility of colossal squids in the ancient past. Considering that only a small fraction of the ocean has been explored, it remains entirely possible that creatures much larger and more fearsome than giant squids once roamed beyond human reach. Number 8. The Titanoboa. Titanoboa, the largest snake known to have ever existed, lived approximately 60 million years ago during the Paleocene epoch in what is now Colombia. This colossal serpent reached lengths of nearly 50 feet and weighed an astonishing 2,500 pounds, making it about 10 times heavier than today's largest snake, the green anaconda. Despite its massive size, Titanoboa lived millions of years after the extinction of dinosaurs and ruled over a swampy, tropical jungle environment that was significantly warmer and more humid than today's world. Its immense size posed a challenge regarding how it defied the normal constraints of gravity that affect large terrestrial creatures. Scientists speculate that Titanoboa likely spent a considerable amount of time in the water, similar to modern water-dwelling snakes like anacondas, to support its enormous body weight. Titanoboa was an ambush predator, relying on its incredible strength to constrict and overpower its prey. It had a varied diet, consuming large reptiles such as giant turtles and even crocodiles. The snake's size and strength allowed it to dominate its environment, and likely played a crucial role in shaping the ecosystem of its time. The reasons for Titanoboa's extinction remain unclear, but its existence serves as a reminder of the incredible diversity and size of prehistoric creatures that once roamed the earth. Imagining encountering the skin of a Titanoboa by a riverbank gives a glimpse into the awe and terror that such a massive serpent would have inspired in its ancient habitat. Number 9. Endoceras. Endoceras, the ancient giant of the seas, once dominated the ocean depths during the Middle and Upper Ordovician periods, approximately 485 to 419 million years ago. Named after its inner horn, Endoceras made a significant mark in the fossil record, defining the nautiloid order Endocerida with its impressive straight-shelled structure. This marvelous creature showcased a shell with a cross-section slightly wider than high, tapering laterally into the young portion with straight and transverse sutures. Endoceras possessed a large siphuncle, strategically positioned close to the ventral margin, with the finicle exhibiting concave segments in the young and evolving into a potentially tubular structure in adulthood. First named by Hall in 1847, Endoceras had a global distribution, with fossils discovered across North America, Europe, and even Australia. While similarities exist with the genus Choristoceras, Endoceras stands apart due to the distinct placement of its finicle, situated ventrally with septa forming from the onset. Imagine the mature Endoceras, a behemoth lying in wait on the sea floor, an ambushed predator of unparalleled proportions. Its strategic advantage lies in patient waiting, moving only when necessary to secure its prey. The younger counterparts, with compressed cross-sections, likely embraced a more active and mobile lifestyle. A specimen at the Museum of Comparative Zoology measures a preserved 9.8 feet, but recent estimates suggest its complete size could exceed 19 feet, earning it the title of the largest nautiloid by length in the fossil record. Endoceras represent an awe-inspiring example of ancient marine life and highlight the diversity and adaptations of prehistoric cephalopods. Number 10. The Sarcosuchus. The Sarcosuchus, known as the flesh crocodile, was a titanic predator that once roamed the early Cretaceous landscapes of Africa and South America, reigning supreme approximately 133 to 112 million years ago. It was indeed a titan of the prehistoric world, rivaling modern crocodiles in size but exceeding them by far in sheer magnitude. Among its species, S. imperator stood out, reaching lengths estimated between an impressive 29.5 to 31 feet and weighing a staggering 3.8 to 4.7 short tons. The story of Sarcosuchus begins with the initial discovery of skull fragments, vertebrae, teeth, and bony plates scattered across the Saharan sands. Expeditions conducted between 1946 and 1959 unearthed these tantalizing remnants, hinting at a creature of immense proportions. However, it wasn't until the late 20th century, specifically in 1997 and 2000, that a groundbreaking expedition led by renowned American paleontologist Paul Sereno unveiled the full extent of Sarcosuchus. Sereno and his team uncovered 6 new specimens of Sarcosuchus, shedding new light on the anatomy and lifestyle of this ancient predator. These discoveries included nearly complete skulls and portions of the skeleton, offering invaluable insights into Sarcosuchus's physiology and evolutionary adaptations. This prehistoric giant likely prowled ancient river systems and coastal waters, utilizing its massive jaws lined with robust conical teeth to capture and subdue large prey. These new specimens revealed distinctive features at the end of their snout, resembling a bulla seen in modern gharials. Unlike sexually dimorphic gharials, the skulls discovered suggested a universal trait with an enigmatic purpose that continues to baffle scientists. To grasp the monumental scale of Sarcosuchus, scientists turned to the length of its skull, a method correlated with the total body length in living crocodilians. Using regression equations based on gharial and saltwater crocodile measurements, the largest known skull hinted at a total body length of a staggering 8.2 feet and a weight of around 8.8 short tons. These estimates surpassed previous expectations and crowned Sarcosuchus as a colossal titan of its time, true evidence of the diversity and magnificence of prehistoric predators. Number 11. The Forest Rasid. The Forest Rasid, commonly known as terror birds, were indeed formidable and frightening creatures that rose to dominance as the top land predators in South America after the extinction of dinosaurs caused by a meteor impact. These birds defended their title for approximately 60 million years, making them a significant part of the continent's prehistoric ecosystem. Terror birds were large, feathered beasts that could grow up to 10 feet tall. They had powerful T-Rex-like feet and a hooked beak capable of severing the spinal cord of a horse with a single fatal blow. This lethal combination of size and weaponry allowed them to reign supreme in a land where most mammals were herbivores, providing ample prey without competition from other top predators. Using their pickaxe-like beaks, terror birds would strike downwards to fatally crack the skulls of smaller animals, using their bony heads as giant meat tenderizers. Additionally, they likely used their enormous clawed feet to kick and incapacitate their prey during hunts. Over the course of their dominance, 17 different species of terror birds thrived and eventually went extinct about 2.5 million years ago. Their disappearance marked the end of an era for these formidable predators, leaving behind a legacy of terror and dominance in the prehistoric landscapes of South America. Number 12. The Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus, a terrifying water-dwelling predator, lived during the late Devonian period, approximately 370 to 360 million years ago, which is often referred to as the Age of Fish. This was long before the dinosaurs roamed the Earth, during a period known as the Mesozoic era, divided into the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. Measuring between 26 to 32 feet in length, Dunkleosteus was streamlined and shark-like, with an armored head and a formidable appearance. Despite its ferocious look, Dunkleosteus lacked proper teeth. Instead, it possessed two long, bony blades that could snap and crush almost anything, including fish, sharks, and even other Dunkleosteus individuals. Its fearsome fangs continuously grew and rubbed against each other, acting like self-sharpening shears. The jaws of Dunkleosteus were incredibly powerful, capable of generating up to 8,000 pounds of bite force per square inch, significantly stronger than a lion's bite, which generates around 650 pounds per square inch. However, Dunkleosteus's insatiable appetite often led to problems. It would swallow prey whole and sometimes suffer from indigestion, as evidenced by fossils found alongside regurgitated and semi-digested remains of fish. Fortunately, Dunkleosteus is extinct, and modern-day seas are free from this ancient predator. Its formidable characteristics and unique adaptations make it one of the most intriguing and fearsome creatures to have ever inhabited our oceans during the distant Devonian era. Number 13. Hucoggenia. Hucoggenia, a thumb-sized creature that lived around 400 million years ago, presented a significant challenge for paleontologists trying to decipher its appearance and anatomy. The study of Hucoggenia spanned more than 50 years before scientists were able to confidently determine where its head was located. In 1977, British paleontologist Simon Conway Morris encountered a peculiar 0.5-inch-long fossil originally classified as an annelid worm and disagreed with this classification. Conway Morris proposed that the organism could walk on several pairs of stilt-like spines with numerous tentacles protruding from its back. He named the creature Hucoggenia due to its nonsensical and bizarre appearance, resembling something one might hallucinate during a bad trip. In 1991, researchers Lars Ramskold and Hu Xianguang challenged Conway Morris's interpretation by flipping the model upside down. They revealed that what had been identified as tentacles were actually the creature's legs, while the spines located on its back were likely used for defense. Further analysis conducted in 2015 by Martin Smith from the University of Cambridge, using an electron microscope and samples from the Burgess Shale, finally revealed which end of Hucoggenia was the head. The head featured not only a pair of eyes, but also a ring of grinning teeth around its mouth. Although scientists remain uncertain about Hucoggenia's diet, the ring of teeth around its mouth suggests a mechanism for sucking in water and food into its gut. Despite its diminutive size, Hucoggenia's appearance is undeniably unnerving, resembling a floppy and surreal hallucination from the ancient past. This peculiar creature continues to fascinate researchers and provides valuable insights into the diversity and evolution of ancient life forms. Number 14. Platybelodon. The Platybelodon, an ancestor of the modern elephant that lived between 8 million and 20 million years ago, is truly a fascinating and somewhat terrifying creature. Unlike today's elephants, the Platybelodon sported a unique adaptation. Its trunk was replaced by an enormous, fleshy structure resembling a spork. This fantastical appearance might seem like the creation of a child's wild imagination, but Platybelodon was indeed a real animal. Its most striking feature was its jaw, which consisted of a second pair of widened tusks, actually modified incisors. The purpose of this bizarre tool has been a subject of debate among scientists. Initially, when Platybelodon was described in the 1920s, it was believed that its lower incisors were used for shoveling, scooping, digging, and dredging soft vegetation in aquatic or swampy environments. However, in 1992, paleontologist David Lambert proposed an alternative theory. These specialized teeth could have served as scythe-like weapons, capable of slicing through thick vegetation. Platybelodon roamed across Miocene Asia, Africa, and North America, predominantly feeding on terrestrial plants. It likely used its trunk to grasp branches and then cut them away with its unique built-in scythe-like tusks. Unfortunately, fleshy appendages like these do not fossilize as easily as bones, so our understanding of Platybelodon's behavior and appearance is somewhat limited. Fortunately, many Platybelodon fossils have been found in riverbeds and other sites conducive to fossilization, which has allowed paleontologists to glean valuable insights into this peculiar creature. Although Platybelodon would not have posed a major threat to humans if it were alive today, its appearance remains one of the most bizarre and intriguing in the history of prehistoric mammals. Number 15. Megalodon. The Megalodon, a member of the extinct family Odontodontidae, reigns as an iconic giant among prehistoric marine predators. This colossal shark, scientifically known as Otodus megalodon, dominated the oceans from the early Miocene to the Pliocene epochs, approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago. Despite its fame, our understanding of Megalodon's appearance and size is somewhat limited due to the fragmentary nature of available fossils. There is ongoing debate among scientists regarding Megalodon's likeness to other sharks, with some suggesting it might have resembled a stockier version of the great white shark. Estimates propose sizes ranging from a 16-meter Megalodon weighing up to 48 tons, a 17-meter specimen reaching over 59 tons, and the maximum length at 20.7 meters, weighing approximately 93 metric tons. Megalodon's ecological impact was significant, and its cosmopolitan distribution is evident in the fossil record. As an apex predator, Megalodon targeted large prey, including whales, seals, and sea turtles. Juvenile megalodons inhabited warmer coastal waters, feeding on fish and small whales. Unlike the great white shark, which attacks prey from the soft underside, Megalodon likely used its powerful jaws to penetrate the chest cavity and puncture the heart and lungs of its prey. The most iconic fossils of Megalodon are its teeth, characterized by a triangular shape, robust structure, large size, fine serrations, and a visible V-shaped neck. These teeth, measuring over 17 centimeters in height, are the largest known of any shark species, highlighting Megalodon's status as the largest macro-predatory shark to have ever existed. Number 16. Leviathan melvilli. Leviathan melvilli is an extinct genus of macro-predatory sperm whales that emerged from the depths of the Miocene epoch. The genus, represented by the sole species Leviathan melvilli takes its name from the biblical sea monster Leviathan, while the species pays homage to Herman Melville, the author of the renowned novel Moby Dick. Thriving nearly 10 million years ago, Leviathan leaves a fossil trail hinting at a global presence, with isolated teeth discoveries in Chile, Argentina, California, South America, and Australia. It likely stood as an apex predator in its marine realm, preying on whales, seals, and other opponents. With a total estimated length of about 44 to 57 feet, it rivaled the modern sperm whale. Its teeth measured a staggering 1.1 feet, holding the distinction of being the largest biting teeth of any known animal, excluding tusks. The distinctive features of Leviathan include a basin on the skull along the snout's length, housing the spermaceti organ. This organ, considered in the context of echolocation, communication, or even ramming prey or other sperm whales, adds to the mystery surrounding their behavior. Unlike the modern sperm whale, Leviathan sported functional teeth in both jaws adapted for shearing and interlocking, offering insights into its predatory techniques. With 22 teeth in the lower jaw and 18 in the upper, Leviathan exhibited a lower tooth count compared to other sperm whales, except for the modern dwarf and pygmy sperm whales. Various theories speculate on the function of the spermaceti organ, suggesting roles in acoustic communication, temperature modulation, buoyancy control during deep-sea diving, and even headbutting contests during mating seasons. As the climate shifted and baleen whales evolved, the larger and less diverse whale species that emerged posed a significant challenge to the smaller prey that Leviathan and other sperm whales once thrived on. The extinction timeline aligns with the ascent of orcas, the oceanic apex predators, and the emergence of large predatory globocephaline dolphins. Number 17. Phoboromus pattersoni. Phoboromus pattersoni is indeed a fascinating creature from the prehistoric era, known as one of the largest rodents to have ever existed. These ratsillas were around 10 feet long, including their tail, and have been discovered at various sites in Argentina, Brazil, and Venezuela. Despite being related to guinea pigs, Phoboromus pattersoni more closely resembled modern capybaras in appearance, albeit much larger and heavier. Their skeletons suggest they weighed approximately 800 kilograms, similar to an American bison. The hind limbs of Phoboromes were robust compared to their slender front limbs, indicating that they likely rested on their haunches while feeding and used their smaller forelimbs to gather plant material. Like capybaras, Phoboromes had a deep-set jaw with sharp front teeth adapted for their herbivorous diet. Despite being plant eaters, their foot-long incisors could have caused serious damage if provoked. Phoboromes thrived in wetlands and nearshore swamps until they mysteriously disappeared around 8 million years ago. The reasons for their extinction remain unclear, but their colossal size and specialized adaptations provide insights into the diverse range of animals that once roamed the Earth. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another of our interesting videos before you leave.